When a Raritan sensor is added to an intelligent PDU, it gets allocated a slot number. Sometimes it's nice to be able to change the slot number that a sensor has been allocated to. Let's look at an example. I've got a PDU here. We've got 3 sensors associated with it. We've got a humidity sensor, temperature sensor, and an absolute humidity sensor. Now, I like to see the temperature sensor in slot 1, and I like to see the humidity sensor in slot 2 and the absolute humidity sensor in slot 3. So in this example, my humidity and temperature sensors are the wrong way round. So I'd like to swap them round. And there's an easy way to do this, and there's a harder way to do it. Let's do the easy way first. I've got a program which allows us to move sensors from one slot to another. It's called Move Sensor Slot. I specify the host name of the PDU, and I specify the slot number that I want to move and the destination slot number. So first of all, I'm going to move the temperature sensor at slot number 2, and I'm going to move it to slot number 4. I can't just move it straight to slot number 1 because slot number 1 is occupied by the humidity sensor. So with that moved into slot number 4, what I can do now is I can move the humidity sensor in slot 1 and put it into slot 2. And finally, I can move the temperature sensor that has been moved to slot 4 into its rightful place in slot 1. And it's done all of that. Now, you probably noticed that we moved them around and the sensors have retained any customized settings that they have. So, for example, we had some customized temperature thresholds. They're still there. And we had a custom name and a description and a rack unit location for Z. And similarly on the humidity sensor, again, we had some specific thresholds. Oops. On that. So that's the easy way. The hard way, if you haven't got this program, is that you would need to use the web interface, and you would first of all need to release. So let's try and swap them back the way they were. You would need to release them both by highlighting and selecting release. Then let's pick the humidity sensor, manage that and put it into slot 1. And the temperature sensor, put that back into slot 2. Now the problem you can see here is that the sensor names now have to be changed. So not only have we got to change the sensor name, we've got to put in the description again and any other custom information and any thresholds, if we can remember what they were, because everything has defaulted back. So this is why the little utility program is very handy. So just to see that in action again, let's just move the absolute humidity sensor from slot 3. Let's move it into slot 13, unlucky for some. And there we go. Now the program's got some basic error checking in it. For example, if we try and move a slot that isn't used to another slot, it tells me that this slot 4 doesn't have a sensor in it. If I try and move a sensor that does exist into the position that's occupied, so if I try and move the relative humidity sensor in slot 1 into slot 2, it will tell me that I can't do that because slot 2 isn't empty. And there's some basic bounds checking as well. If I try and put in a high slot number of it, there's only 32 slots on this particular model of PDU. So there's a nice little program that allows you to move your change the slot numbers, or rather move your sensors from one slot into another, which can be very handy. The reason why this is useful, if you've got a number of PDUs with the same sensor set up on them, it might be quite nice just to have the sensors in each rack in a particular slot that's consistent across your estate. It just makes them easier to manage, and this is just an easy way to get it set up that way. Or if you find that a few have actually got out of place, this is a quick way to actually get it back without having to worry about losing any custom definitions on those sensors. So there we go. This is all done through the Raritan API, another great example of the API allowing you to do things that other vendors won't let you do. Okay, well, thank you for watching.